Good day, everyone. So, we are the reporters from Group 8, and we will tackle about the reproductive system. So, first, Charlita Vertodaso will going to discuss about the male reproductive system.
So, and now let's move to our male reproductive organ. So, as you can see, there is a penis there, right? Right here, this is the penis. The penis is the organ used for sexual intercourse and urination. So, ang use of penis is it delivers sperm into the female reproductive tract during sexual intercourse. So, the next is the urethra. Urethra, you can see there a urethra. Then the function of urethra is transport both urine and semen out of the body. Then the common passage for both the urinary and reproductive system, with semen being ejaculated through the urethra during sexual activity. So mani ang urethra. And then the next is prostate gland. Prostate gland here. This is the prostate gland. The prostate gland is the secretes a fluid that combines with sperm to form a semen. The prostate fluids helps to liquefy the semen, allowing sperm to move more easily, enhancing their chances of reaching and fertilizing an egg. So, money ang makatabang para move faster ang sperms mga laki and para napoy chances nga ma-fertilize siya. So, this is a prostate gland. So, the next is the seminal vesicle. Tapos, kung ano ni siya sa prostate gland, ang doon rin sila na muna seminal vesicle. So, ang seminal vesicle is produce a fluid rich in fructose that nourishes and supports sperm. So, provides energy for sperm cells and helps protect them in the acidic environment of the female reproductive system. So, the next is the vas deferens. So, vas deferens is money ang kanang carry sperm from testes to the urethra during ejaculation. So, transport a mature sperm which are essential for fertilizing an egg during reproduction. Muna ang function o uses sa vas deferens. So, ang scrotum located in the lower abdomen of the boy kay mo na siya. Yun ang gibutang na siya diha is di ba ang sperm is need man na siya og bugnaw. So mo na dana yun sa ikuan ang sperm sa scrotum. So a sac that holds and protect the testes. So it regulates the temperature of the testes by moving them closer to or further from the body, maintaining the optimal temperature for sperm production, which is slightly lower than the body's normal temperature. So, mana niya ang scrotum. So, the next is inside the scrotum, which is the testes. The function of this is produce sperm or spermatogenesis and testosterone, the primary male sex hormone. Then the use of testes is the sperm are needed for fertilization of an egg and sexual reproduction, while testosterone regulates male secondary sexual characteristic, example, muscle mass, boys deepening, body hair growth. That's the uses and function of male reproductive system. And the female reproductive system will be discussed to Miss Shilami Bisto.
So now, let's proceed to the female reproductive system. So let's discuss each part. So first is ovary. So as you can see in the illustration board, there are two ovaries located on each side of the uterus and in the pelvic cavity. So ovary, mao ni siya nagproduces og eggs and sa atong mga hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So ang function na ni ovaries is mao ni siya yung primary female reproductive organ. So na siya two main function which is the oogenesis and hormone production. So kaning oogenesis mo ni siya producing and releasing the eggs through a process called ovulation rather. While ang hormone production producing the primary female sex hormones. So, hormones plays crucial roles in developing and maintaining female secondary sexual characteristics, like for example, our breast and having a wider hips. So, next is the fallopian tube, also known as oviduct. So, fallopian tube site where fertilization usually occurs transports the eggs to the uterus. So, the fallopian tubes kuno mo ni siya kanang muscular tubes that nag-connect sa ovaries to the uterus. So ang primary functions aning fallopian tube is kanang naga-capture siya og egg. The end of the fallopian tube near the ovary has the finger-like projections called fimbria, which help to sweep the released egg into the tube and the site of fertilization. So this is where fertilization typically occurs. If sperms are present in the fallopian tube after intercourse, they can meet and fertilize the egg as it travels toward the uterus. So, and transporting the egg or embryo, the fallopian tube have cilia, like the tiny hair-like structures and muscular contractions that helps move the egg or fertilized embryo towards the uterus. So, ang location aning fallopian tube is here. So, next is the uterus, also known as the womb. So, ang uterus, nag-provides ni siya og place for a fertilized egg to implant and develop during pregnancy. May silbi mo ni siya puyan sa bata bitaw if kanang mabuntes. And the uterus is a pear-shaped organ with thick muscular walls. So its main functions are the receiving the fertilized egg. If fertilization occurs, the embryo implants itself in the lining of the uterus and nurturing the developing fetus. So the uterus mo ni siya nag-provide of safe and nourishing environment for the fetus to grow para mudako and muna mo ka-develop ang fetus during pregnancy. And expelling the fetus during the childbirth. The muscular walls of the uterus contract during labor to push the baby out through the vagina. So, mutabang po ni siya kanang para mugawas ang bata. So, next is cervix. So, ang locations of cervix is dapit sa lower part of the uterus, connecting to the vagina. So, cervix is the lower and narrow end of the uterus that connects the uterus to the vagina. Its key function include producing mucus. So, the cervix produces mucus that changes in consistency throughout the menstrual cycle. This mucus can either facilitate sperm passage to the uterus during ovulation or act as a barrier to prevent sperm from entering at other times. And the cervix helps to protect the uterus from the infections. The cervix remains closed and strong during the pregnancy to support the growing fetus, dilating during labor. So during childbirth, the cervix dilates or kanang widens mudako so to allow the baby to pass through the cervix. So next is the vagina. So the vagina is a muscular canal that connects the uterus and cervix to the outside of the body. Ang main functions niya is mao siya passageway for menstrual flow or menstrual blood and tissues leave the body through the vagina. And mo po ni siya ang birth canal. So during childbirth, the baby passes out the mother's body through the vagina. So, ang location na ni, makakita naman ninyo na extends from the cervix to the outside of the body. Nara siya sa, sumpay rin siya sa cervix. So, let's discuss more about the reproductive system. So, the main job of the reproductive system is to make the new life so that traits or genes can be passed on from the parents to their children. So, in woman reproductive organs, they have two ovaries that produce eggs. They also have a uterus or the womb, which is where a baby grows and develops until it's ready to be born. So, di ba kay ang bata is adto man jud magdako sa womb. So, in men, they also have a testis, which makes sperms. They also have a penis, which is used to put the sperm inside the woman's uterus. So, when a sperm cell from a man joins with an egg cell from the woman during intercourse, this is called conception. So, after conception, a baby starts to grow inside the woman's uterus. The time it takes for a baby to grow completely inside the uterus is about 40 weeks, which is about 9 months. So during this time, the baby develops from the just a few cells into a fully formed baby to ready to be born.
And now let's continue. So, human reach reproductive age around 13 years old with good nutrition. Puberty is arriving sooner with each generation. So, this means that at the age of 13 years old, humans are able to have their children. Generally, people start being able to reproduce around 13 years old. Over time, with better food and health care. Puberty is the process when the body becomes capable of reproduction is happening earlier for many people. So, we can compare that today and sa una is kanang, di ba, ang kintahay, ang mga sa una nga mga tao is kanang dugay sila madaga like 15 to 16 yan na anak pa sila madaga. Unlike karon sa ato ang generation is nanay 10, 9, madaga na sila. It's because of healthy ang hilahang kuan silang body nang mo na ang early of kanang kitang period or menstrual cycle. So, the next is a woman produce one egg every 28 days if it is not fertilized. Menstruation shed the uterine lining. So, this is when a woman's body shed the lining of the uterus where a baby will grow. This happens roughly every month if the egg released by the ovaries is not fertilized by sperm. If fertilization doesn't occur, the egg and the lining of the uterus are released and this is called a period. So, take note that every 28 days mo ang woman nga makaproduce o one egg ra yun. So, next is a man's ejaculate can have as many as 300 million sperm cells. Imagine, nga nakadaghan ilahang nga nakadaghan ilang sperm cells. Oh my god. When a man ejaculates or release semen, it can contain up to 300 million sperm. Sperm are the cell needed to fertilize a woman egg for pregnancy to happen. So, dili man gyud ma-pregnant ang isa ka woman without the sperm of the boy. So, the next is sexually transmitted disease include HIV, AIDS, chlamydia, syphilis, and HPV, which can cause cervical cancer. This is our infections passed from one person to another during sexual activity. Some common STDs are HIVs, IEDs, which affect the immune system. Chlamydia is a bacterial infection. Syphilis is a bacterial infection, and HPV a virus that causes cancer, especially in the cervix of women. So, kani nga mga sakit is makuha ni nato through mag sexually intercourse bitaw mo ana. So the next is the most common cancer of reproductive organs include ovarian and cervical cancer in women, and testicular and prostate cancer in men. So these are cancers that affect the organs involved in ovarian cancer, affecting the ovaries, or cervical cancer affecting the cervix. For men, testicular cancer or affecting the testes, or prostate cancer affecting the prostate are common. So the next is the study of women's reproductive organ is called gynecology, and the study of men's reproductive organ is called andrology. So gynecology is the branch of medicine that focuses on the female reproductive system like the ovaries, uterus, and vagina. Andrology is the study of the male reproductive system, including the testes, penis, and other organs related to male reproduction.